Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something foundational. The idea of God in human form.
hmm
Our main source for this is excerpts from Rhapsody of Realities by Pastor Chris, 31st August. It's a daily devotional with a specific take on these things.
Right.
And our mission today is basically to unpack what that really means, God taking on human form, and, what the implications are, the big ones.
Yeah, the transformative ones.
Exactly. So that phrase, Son of God, what does it truly signify according to this perspective? And why was it, so controversial for some, but so foundational for others? Okay, let's get into it. Now, Son of God, it's a phrase we hear a lot, right?
Sure.
But the source material seems to clarify it in a very non-literal way. What's the devotional actually saying here?
Yeah, it's a really key distinction they make right away. According to this source, Son of God doesn't mean, someone literally born from God physically, which, could be an assumption. Instead, it explicitly defines it as God in human flesh.
God in human flesh. So not just a divine representative, but God himself in human form.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's presented as the full embodiment of God's presence here with us. It really reframes Jesus' identity fundamentally.
And it's interesting because Jesus himself affirmed this title, didn't he? Knowing what it implied.
He did.
So what was it about that specific claim, Son of God, meaning God in human flesh, that got such a strong, almost immediate negative reaction from the Jewish leaders at the time? Why not just, dismiss it?
Well, the reaction described is anger, intense anger. The devotional says they were angry because they recognized that Son of God signifies God becoming a human being.
So they understood the implication immediately.
Exactly. It wasn't seen as just a theological disagreement. For them, it was straight up blasphemy,
Blasphemy,
meaning claiming to be God, which under their understanding of the law was the ultimate offense. They essentially saw Jesus, as the text puts it, being a man, make yourself equal with God.
wow. Okay. So that understanding really sets the stage for his identity and, the conflict surrounding him.
It does. It raises that central question of who he really was.
And then the devotional moves to what it calls the ultimate proof, which is Jesus's resurrection.
Mm.
It sounds like it's presenting this not just as a miracle, but as the final word on his identity. Can you break down why the resurrection carries that much weight in this context?
Yeah, absolutely. The source links it directly to Paul's letter to the Romans, Romans 1, verse 4.
Okay.
It quotes it. Declared to be the Son of God with power, according to the Spirit of holiness, by the resurrection from the dead.
Declared. So it's like an official announcement through the resurrection itself.
That's the idea presented. It's
Good.
not just a claim he made, but something demonstrated decisively. His victory over death is shown as the irrefutable evidence, the declaration of who he truly is,
Yeah.
God in human form.
Okay, so understanding the what Son of God, meaning God literally in human flesh, that sets the scene. But then the obvious next question is why?
Right.
Why would God do that? Take on human form. What's the ultimate purpose behind something so extraordinary, according to this devotional?
The source states it pretty clearly. God became a man, took on flesh, and lived among us primarily to save us.
To save us. Okay.
But there's more. The aim, it says, was incredibly profound, that we might also become sons of God.
That we might become sons of God. So it wasn't just about his identity, but about changing ours.
Exactly. It's framed not just as forgiveness, but as a fundamental transformation of our very nature and our relationship with God.
So for someone listening, how does that actually happen? How can an individual, experience this transformation and become a son of God in the way the source describes?
Well, the source points to the Gospel of John for the process, John chapter 1, verses 12 and 13.
Okay.
It quotes, "But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name."
So it starts with receiving him, believing.
Right. And then it clarifies the nature of this becoming, which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God.
So it's not a physical birth, not human effort.
No. It emphasizes this is a spiritual rebirth, a divine act based entirely on belief and receiving Jesus. It's like getting a whole new spiritual identity directly from God.
That idea of a spiritual birth,
Yep.
it really does shift everything, doesn't it? From just being human to becoming a son of God.
It's presented as a complete paradigm shift.
But what does that mean practically for someone who experiences this? What are the benefits, the implications that the source talks about?
Well, the outcomes are described as pretty far-reaching. It says Jesus brought us salvation and eternal life so that we can live like him and be in fellowship with God.
Live like him and be in fellowship. So it changes the present reality, not just the future.
That's the emphasis. It's about a changed relationship right now. And it elaborates on that relationship. It says, now we can relate to God as his beloved children. We can talk to him, and he talks to us.
Okay, that's intimate.
And then comes this really striking phrase. The source says, he brought us into his class. He's made us like himself.
Brought us into his class. Wow, that's a strong statement.
Yeah.
What does that imply, practically speaking? Like, for someone listening, how should they understand that for their daily life? Is it about status, ability?
It seems to signify a fundamental shift in identity and, well, spiritual standing. Think of it like being adopted into the ultimate royal family.
Okay.
And with that adoption comes the nature, the rights, the spiritual DNA, if you will, of that family. You belong in that class.
I see.
And the source links this back to 1 John chapter 3, verse 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God.
Yeah.
It really highlights the love behind this elevation, this new status. And then it drives it home with that powerful line from 1 John 4.1c. And as he is, so are we in this world.
As he is, so are we. That's quite a claim about the believer's present reality.
It is. It suggests a mirroring, a shared identity in nature right here, right now.
So this deep dive really connects the dots, doesn't it? From this complex theological idea, Son of God, meaning God in human form, to very direct, personal, transformative outcomes for the believer.
Yeah, moving from just being human to becoming a son of God, as this source understands it, through faith in Jesus.
Right. We've kind of tracked the journey, understanding Son of God, grasping the purpose, enabling us to become sons of God, and then seeing the results, this new fellowship, this transformation.
Exactly. And maybe a final thought to leave with you, our listener. If, as this source contends, believers are genuinely made like him, if they're brought into his class, and if it's true that as he is, so are we in this world, well, what practical difference does that make? How does that understanding of God in human form and its consequence for you actually change your perspective day to day? What other questions does that raise for you about who you are now and what's possible? Something to think about.
For more information on how you can grow spiritually using Rhapsody of Realities, please visit our website, www.rhapsodyofrealities.org, or you can also visit rin.rhapsodyofrealities.org/salvation. Thank you.